Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to math. Before I begin the lesson, please make sure you have these materials with you. Your math textbook, pencil, eraser, and your connecting cubes. And then if you'd like, make sure you have your whiteboard and marker nearby, so if you would like to work on something to figure out an answer, you have it handy. Okay? Pause if you need to go get them now, and then return. Okay, well, before we get started with the rest of the lesson, I want to go over a couple of words with you. Okay, the word true. Tell an adult or whoever's helping you now, what does true mean? What does false mean? Okay, so you've pretty much probably figured out that they're opposite of one another, okay? So I'm going to give you a statement, and I want you to tell your adult, or if they're busy right now, just say it to the computer. I am wearing a blue shirt. That's right, true. I am. I have long hair. False. Okay. So that's part of what we're going to talk about today with our lesson. True and false statements. Things that are, yes, that's correct or true, or false, not correct, wrong, not what we're showing. Okay? And as part of our chapter 2, our essential question, how do you subtract numbers? And you might think, how does true and false statements, or true and false, how is that connected to math? I'm going to show you today, okay? All right, so first is a math warm-up, okay? You're going to use your counters and a 10 frame, okay? Now, if you don't have your 10 frame paper, you can just draw it on your whiteboard. If you need to draw it on your whiteboard, pause it. Okay, and here we go with the math problem, and I will read it first. 10 school days have passed. Carrie had homework on 7 of those days. How many days did she not have homework? Okay, so they want us to use our counters. So here are my counters, and we had 10 school days pass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and because this is a little smaller than my counters, it's going to overhang, but that's all right as long as we have the idea. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I do realize that I technically don't even have to count the counters because it's a 10 frame, which means there are 10 boxes, but I'm always used to counting. All right, so we have the 10 school days have passed. Carrie had homework on 7 of those days. Okay, so she had homework, so I'm going to take away, because they want to know how many days did she not have homework. So I know there were 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many days did she not have homework? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And the answer is 3 days she did not have homework. Okay. All right, now I would like us to look at this. And if you remember, we had a lesson yesterday and practice about related facts or fact families, okay? In fact, the house is still behind me. So this question is, what is the related subtraction fact? Okay, so remember I said related facts have the same 3 numbers in the family. So these 3 numbers are 6, 2, and 8, okay? So I am going to look for math sentences that have all 3 of these numbers, not just 1, not just 2, all 3, okay? All right, so let's try this. 6, 2, and 8. Well, there's a 2. Does it have a 6? No. Does it have an 8? No. Can't be that one. 1, 5, 6. No, it only has 1. Let's see. This one has 6. It actually has 6 2 times, but it has a 0. And it really should only have 6 one time because 6 is up here only once. Let's look at this one. 8. Yep, there's an 8. 6. There it is. And a 2. I'm going to say it's this one. Let's check. Yep. 8 minus 6 equals 2. They are related. All right. And if you noticed, I did that just by the numbers, okay? I didn't have to do the math, okay? But, I mean, you could. That's another way, of course. But here, I just looked to make sure it had the same 3 numbers as this math sentence. Okay. Now, we're going to do a little bit of investigating. How would we identify or notice if a statement is true or false? What do you think we would have to do? Well, you look, right? Like I said, my blouse was brown. It's not, or blue. It's not brown. Okay, so we would look and see. Okay, brown would be false. Blue would be true. I would have to figure something out. Okay, if somebody said that Mrs. Carmy is taller than me, we would have to stand next to each other and check to see, okay, that if she is or not. Actually, that's false, just so you know. And I guess in anything else, you'd have to actually use counters or figure out if it's math, okay? So those are ways that we are going to investigate, okay? We're going to check the answers. So let's try this investigation. It says there are 10 apples in the tree. 6 apples fall out of the tree, and there are 4 apples left in the tree. Okay. Determine if this is true or false. Circle true or false. All right. Well, here they said 10 minus 6 equals 7. But up here they said there's 4 left. So I think I better investigate. So the way I'm going to investigate is I'm going to take, all right, the counters. I like the red because it's for apples. Okay. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now they said that 6 of them fall out of the tree. 1. Let's put it over. See if I can put it there. No, it won't let me. All right, we're going to move it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, move over. 5, 6. All right, so now there are 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. True. That's true on the tree that there are 4 left. But now 10 minus 6, which I just did, equals 7. Well, no, it doesn't equal 7 because we figured it out. It equals 4. So this statement, boys and girls, is false. Okay, so that is showing how we investigated the math statement. 10 minus 6 equals 7. Nah, it's false because we did it and we figured it out. And that statement, 10 minus 6 equals 7, is false. Okay, all right. So now you can open up your math book, okay? And I would like you to turn to page 191, which has the beehive. And that cute little bee says, what's all the buzz about? Well, we're going to talk about what all the buzz is about, okay? All right. You will also need your pencil and your connecting cubes for this. Okay. I'm going to tell you a math story, okay? There are 6, let me get this out. Okay. There are 6 bees making honey in the beehive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now pause the video and trace the bees or your cubes, all right? And then come back. Okay. Did you trace them? Good. Okay. Now I would like you to look at this. It's two things we're going to do. We're going to say that 6 minus 3, because 3 bees flew away because they got done making honey, equals 4. Now we're going to check that math statement, okay? Because we said 6 bees flew away. 1, 2, 3. Now let's check. We'll put an X on it. So you X out your 3 bees, okay? How many bees are left on the beehive? 1, 2, 3. So what I wrote here, 6 minus 3 equals 4. That's right. You're right. I heard somebody said, no, false. Yep, good job. It's false. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing now when we're investigating our math. All right, so turn the page and look at your see and show. So I'll read it to you, and then if you could just listen for me, okay, and work along with me on this. In math, statements can be true or false. A true statement is correct. It's right. So let's see this one. This math statement said 9 minus 4 equals 5 is true. Well, let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they say that there's 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they're showing us the example that's true. A false statement is incorrect or wrong. 8 minus 3 equals 1 is false. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They took away 3. They're saying there's only 1 left. But when we count, well, we can see that there's certainly more than 1. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, false. So that is what we are going to be doing now on the see and show page, okay? You are going to determine, that means figure it out, if each subtraction statement is true or false. And then you're going to circle true or false. So that means if it's correct, if they put the right answer, then you're going to circle true. If the math statement is wrong, you're going to circle false. Okay? So for this is where your connecting cubes could come in handy. So for this one, I'm going to do the first one with you. Number 1. They say 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to take away the 4. They're saying that it equals 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I have 4 left. So that statement, that's right, it's false. Okay? So that's what you can do with your connecting cubes. You can figure it out. If your answer is what they say, it's true. Just make sure you start with the correct number of counters. And if it's wrong, then it's false. So I would like you to finish this true and false page and pause and then come back to check your answers. Okay, pause now. Okay, all done? All right, here you go. Check your answers. Pause it while you check. All right, so for Talk Math, how do you know when a subtraction statement is true? Okay, well, if it's true, that means that the difference is the right answer. Okay, so I would say that you know a subtraction statement is true when it is correct. Good job. Okay. Now, on your own, you are going to do the same thing. Now, I want you to be very careful, okay? Because you might look at a statement and say, oh yeah, that's right, I know those numbers. Check, because they are doing subtraction. That's all I'm gonna say. You have to be very careful, make sure they're doing subtraction, all right? And when that you're getting the correct difference, all right? And then just like before, you're going to circle true and false, and pause now and figure this out, and then come back and check your answers. Okay, here's the first 4 answers. Okay, yeah, see, number 7, I was afraid some of you would say, oh yeah, that's true, but that's if it's plus, it's a minus. 9 minus 1 equals, that's right, equals 8, good job. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do vertical. Doesn't matter, the math doesn't change, just the direction. You're going to determine if it's true or false for subtraction. Pause now. Okay. Now, something that I want to point out, because this always, and I think we talked about this before with addition as well. They have the answer at the beginning, and that's okay. The reason it's okay is because what is over on the right side of the equal sign is correct. 8 minus 1 does equal 7. They just chose to put the 7 here, saying one way I can show 7 is by doing 8 minus 1. So the direction or the way the math sentence is laid out is not what makes it true or false. It's the numbers, okay? So this is true, even though the 7 is first. Okay, let's continue. Pause it and solve. Okay, and remember, boys and girls, if you ever have made a mistake, you can correct it, but I would also like you to check the math too, using your cubes, and just double check your math and the way you counted, okay? Okay, problem solving. I will read it, you pause and figure it out, and then you come back for your answer, okay? Determine if the word problem is true or false. Circle true or false. 6 beetles are crawling on the ground. 2 fly away. There are 4 beetles left. True or false? Pause now. That's right, that's true. I prefer to think of them as cute little beetles. You know, nothing that would make me go ooh. So, yes. Okay, here we go. Number 18, determine if the word problem is true or false. Circle true or false. There are 7 spiders on a web. I'm going to think of them like Charlotte and Charlotte's Web. 5 of those spiders crawl away from Mrs. Karras. There are 3 spiders left on the web. Pause and solve. The answer is false. That's correct. Good job. Okay. Now this is kind of fun for Write Math. Write your own false statement and explain why your statement is false. All right, so you could do whatever you want. So I can give you an example here, and then if you would like, you can make your own, okay, later. So let's do this together. They want us to do a false statement. So I'm going to put, 8 minus 3 equals 4. That's, okay, that's false, okay? 8 minus 3 equals 4, and I'm going to show you with my cubes. Here's 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to take away 3, and I said the answer was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's 5. Now it says explain why your statement is false. Okay, so right here, I'm going to put 8 minus, oops, not M, minus 3, oops, M wants to be in there today, equals 5. And I'm going to put is true. That's why the other one is false, okay? So you can certainly make up one. Have fun with it, okay? And if you want, you can tell somebody, read my statement, and they'll say, well, that's false. And say, okay, well, make it true, okay? And then you should have that answer nearby so you can check their answer, check their math, okay? So once again, boys and girls, you did a great job, as you do every day, and I see it when we get together. We will practice more, and we'll have some fun with some true and false, okay? And good job, as always. See you soon.